Addict named Christopher. I'd like to thank my higher power who I choose to call Jesus Christ for allowing me this opportunity to get things right. The first book of Maccabees can be divided into 5 points. The first half belongs to the rise of Eastern emperors that subjugate the Israelites. The second half is about the revolt, the Maccabean revolt. The other 3 parts focus on the leaders of the rebellion and the brothers. Judah, the hammer, through chapters 3 through 9, Jonathan, the older brother, through chapters 9 through 12, and then Simon, the brother of wisdom, through chapters 13 through 16. The book of Maccabees starts off with the Macedonian emperor or warrior king, Alexander the Great, who took the Mediterranean world by storm. That would be, Europe, Africa, and Asia. Biblically, the areas surrounding the Tigris River, Babylon, Nineveh, and we can't forget Israel. With a vast empire and no heirs to the throne, he divided his kingdom amongst his generals, who were his lifelong friends, known as in Greek the diadokoi or diadochi. I like to say diadochi, which means successors. Now, born out of these diadokoi or successors is a wicked ruler who belonged to the Seleucid families. The Seleucids ruled over Syria, and this wicked ruler is known as Antiochus IV. Now, before Antiochus IV even comes on the scene, these diadochoi kingdoms were at war with one another. And the region of Judah, being situated in the borderland between the Ptolemies of Egypt and the Seleucids of Syria, quickly became a battleground where the 2 Macedonian dynasties jockeyed for supremacy and influence, vied for control. Vie means to compete. Jockey in this context for power means to use strategic, calculated, and sometimes devious maneuvers to compete for control, influence, or a better advantage over others. It is a common idiom used in politics, business, and media to describe a tense or complex struggle for dominance. You come across these terms when you read the wars of the diadochoi. Now, despite these 2 conflicting powers, life still remained relatively peaceful for the Hebrews. The Hellenistic kings generally used the same light touch the Persians used, interfering very little in the region's culture, religion, and internal politics. Now, in 198 BC, Antiochus III finally expelled the Ptolemies out of Judea, putting the region firmly under the sovereignty of the Seleucid Empire. He lowered taxes and affirmed the Jewish people's freedom to live by their own faith and laws. Quick note, throughout world history, we often see subject peoples of a multi-ethnic empire willingly adopt the language and customs of their said empire's rules in an attempt to improve social mobility. So many Jewish peoples began to practice the Greek culture of their suzerain. This was known as Hellenization and was perpetuated mainly by the upper strata of Jewish society, namely the wealthy priests, merchants, and aristocrats in urban Jerusalem. Strata is an old English term. It stems from the Middle High German word strade, meaning street or path, even correlates to a German surname. This suggests the name was originally given to families living near a major road or path. In the pseudoscience, the name Stratter is often associated with individuals who are patient, analytical, and highly capable with both their mind and hands. In Daniel 1, Nebuchadnezzar asked for the upper strata of Jerusalem. Suzerain is a dominant state or ruler that controls the foreign policy and international relations of a subordinate state, while allowing that subordinate state to retain its own internal governance and autonomy.